Okay, we will go ahead and get started, and people will join and catch on the recording later. So thank you everyone for joining us for today's AMA. Today we are hosting Spume. I hope I'm saying that correctly. If not, Oliver will tell us the correct way to pronounce it here in a second. I'll give a brief overview. They are the bridge between modern day industries and the blockchain, equipping off-chain businesses with tools required to accept cryptocurrency payments and easily track product ownership. So this will help bring crypto into the real world and bring normies into the crypto world. So I'm very excited about this project. So at this time, Oliver, if you would like to step up and introduce yourself and then give an overview of your project. Hello, Oliver, are you there?
For sure, I'm here first with sound, and now we're gonna give it also video. Hopefully, let me see.
Ah, perfect. All right.
Okay,
Hey,
hello
there we
everyone. I
go.
hope you can.
Yeah, we can see you fine.
Perfect, perfect. Nice to see you all. Thank you very much for the invitation to join your AMA today.
Ah, thank you for joining us. Very excited to hear about this great project that you guys have.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, so how do we want to go for this? I have, of course, a presentation ready for you guys that I'd like to share with you, with the community. You can ask questions. Do we get going? Just give me a go, and I'm ready to rumble.
All right, yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself, start your presentation, and then we'll, at the end of your presentation, we'll open up the floor to questions from the community.
Okay, perfect. So let me just shortly start about myself. So my name is Oliver. I basically spent the last 16 years in the auto industry, working from a vehicle test driver all the way up to close to a board level. And about 5 6 months ago, I said, okay, you know what? There's more to life than working in the car industry. And this is where we started working together with Spume to launch something which I think is really missing in the world, and what I believe is going to change and enable and help as many people as we can in the process. So what it is and what our strategy is, I'm going to share. Um, I think it's best if I share my screen and just walk you through it. So
Oh,
let me
that'd be
try to
great.
see. So, thank you. So please let me know if you can see my screen.
Yep, we can see it.
Perfect. So our project is called Spume, and in today's call, we're basically going to go through, well, my part. I'm going to go through shortly. You know, what is Spume? Who are we? What's our mission? Why do we exist? What is our vision? What's our offer? So we'll basically walk you on a relatively good, not too high level, actually quite deep level on what our strategy is and why do we believe that Spume is something that the world needs. So let's get going. So first of all, we like to call Spume is truly a bridge. It's a bridge between conventional modern day industries. So just imagine any kind of store, if it's a car dealership or coffee shop or a burger place, we are a bridge to basically to cyberspace. We want to enable all these physical modern day physical basically shops to be enabled to accept crypto payments. Because today, no matter if you have your bitcoins, your ethereums, your spumes, your bull insights, whatever coins you have, it's typically very difficult to deploy them, to buy something. There are just handful of places where you can buy maybe something with bitcoin, but it's not truly acceptable everywhere. And so we want to change this. And now also the question is, why do we want to change this? And we'll go through it in a detail. But the short introduction again from who's in the team. Well, basically the four board members and the four guys who are, I would say, like defining strategy and moving forward are Bo Moody, that's our CEO and founder. He's basically, like CEO and all the main direction of the Spume. Then we have Silas. He's our chief technology officer, who is responsible basically for everything that happens with technology. Then we have Vardo. Vardo is, very, very experienced, especially when it comes to starting startups, with working with industry, decentralized industry, but also very, very knowledgeable when it comes to music, streaming music services, and something like this. And me myself, I'm basically the strategic architect. Bringing now it's now 16 years of automotive knowledge and running huge companies, corporations, and trying to combine, the knowledge of conventional, running conventional big company into, putting strategy and structure into something that is very, very new. So our mission statement, you can read it beneath. We basically want to enable everyone to benefit from the ubiquity of blockchain technology by accelerating the mass adoption of digital currency. We want to make it easy for people to buy and sell using their crypto. And we are basically not intending to limit this to any kind of coin. The idea is that we actually want to start maybe with a couple of them, but over a time period, basically onboard as many coins as possible to enable these transactions, to enable use of your whatever crypto coins you have in your current portfolio. So now, if we move forward, now the question is, okay, there's a problem. What do we want to solve actually? And we basically see three main problem statements that we want to try to address. And the first problem is the lack of coordinated systems. What do we mean by this? We mean that there is a shop, down the road, where maybe you can buy something using Lightning Network or Bitcoin. Then you go on this internet page, and then you can buy with whatever coin is accepted there. Then you have to search through the internet to find maybe a different place where you can use your crypto. But there is no one single basically project that solves this problem. It combines all of the crypto tokens and enables payment with them. And this is what we want to solve first. The second problem that we want to solve is more related to the current fiat system. And the problem with fiat is that, besides all the debasement of the fiat currency that is happening due to money printing, we see the fiat system currently very restrictive. I'll give you my example. I come from Germany. I spent, as I said, like many, many years in the car industry. Well, I come from Macedonia originally, but spent the last 20 years in Germany, and joined and came to the US 1.5 years ago. And although I had, I would say a proven record of running companies, when I opened up a bank account here in the US, the credit card limit that I got was so small that I could not even fly my own mom to visit me here in the US. So despite working and earning money for 15 years, I was not the fiat system was limiting me to use my money. So I believe you guys probably have similar stories where you see that there is very restrictive, strong restrictions when it comes to using your fiat. And this is something that we want to change. We want to make sure you want to buy a banana with your crypto, great, no problem. You want to buy a car, also no problem. It's your money. You can do whatever you want. It's not, it's not for us today or anyone else to basically try to dictate what you do with your own property. And the third problem that we see is what we call a profit-cutting middleman. This is, I would say quite unfortunate. Some of you have probably experienced it similarly. Some of you has been more painful. Some of you less. I'll give you a couple of examples. First of all, if you go with your credit card, with your conventional credit cards, try to buy anything in any store here in the US, the merchant is typically taxed with 5% because you're using your credit card. But actually, it's not the merchant who pays the 5%, it's you, because they raise the price to incorporate, to consider this 5% fee that you have. Basically, the merchant needs to pay. So if there was no such a big fee, the products that we sell there would be cheaper. You probably have seen this maybe on some gas stations where you will see, okay, if you buy with a credit card, is this price. If you buy with cash, it's lower. That's because the fees are high. Second thing that we have is when you have your crypto, you bought it somewhere, you need an exchange to transfer it into fiat. There again, you get taxed 3%, 5%, whatever the exchange is. So if you have there 3 to 5%, then you have like um, the credit card taxing you. And by the way, also at the beginning of the whole process, when you transfer fiat into crypto, you get taxed again. So it's basically a tremendous amount of cutting of your profit, of your financial power that is being drained just because you're changing railroads. And this is what we want to change. We think this is not really fair. There is too many people in between and cutting too much of the cake that you have, earned. So how do we want to solve this? We have a common and consistent coordinated system. What we mean, we want to basically integrate with any business and make it easy for everyone. If you have your Bitcoins, great, go for it. You have your Ether, great. You have something else, no problem. We basically make sure that whatever coins you have, on the other side, the merchant gets their stable coins in crypto, but we are able to basically integrate that everything that you have on your portfolio somehow is able to be accepted by the merchant. The second portion is anonymous and unrestricted. What they just mentioned, you want to buy a car? Okay, it's your money. It's not ours to say no. You should spend your money only on buying a coffee. Everything beyond that is too much. You can do whatever you want with your money, and this is I would say one of the properties of being a sovereign individual, doing whatever you want with your own property. This is what we want to cater to. No centralized middleman. Well, basically, we're going to make our system is, it's going to be based on the decentralized blockchain. It's not going to be anyone in between who's going to try to cut in and jump and take off. It's going to be easy. And we basically want to help. So that's why we really believe that this is something that's going to help merchants, help customers, and help the world overall. So when it comes to merchants, again, what you just mentioned, they're going to get digital payment pegged to the USD. They're going to get paid in a stable coin, basically, USDC as an example. Secure, we are decentralized. So basically, because we're decentralized, there is no one who really controls how much you want to pay, how much it's going to be totally decentralized. And we're going to make it manageable. So basically, you can easily understand how much you spend, where did you spend your money, have a very easy track record of what you want to do, what you have done, and where your finances are at. For the consumers, for the merchants, for how much has been accepted, how much flow they have for the different products they're seeing. For the consumers, no swapping fees. Again, there is not going to be fiat to crypto. This part we take away, or crypto to fiat. We stay on the crypto railroads. So the merchant says it's 10 USDC, then you don't have to. We will not turn it into them. They're gonna just take your whatever you have as crypto. We transferred it into USDC, stablecoin, and then there you go. No spending limits. You want to buy a banana? Great. You want to buy a car? Great. You want to buy a house? Great. No problem. As long as you have earned your money and you have it in your pocket, you can spend it however you want. full transparency and accountability. So basically, we will be fully transparent. There is everything is reviewable. You can check everything on the blockchain. There is nothing hidden. Your data, as it's yours. We will not, as some conventional credit cards are doing. They also have this data, but none of it is public. So your data is being basically used to generate bigger profit for someone else. So we want to take this out of the equation. And overall, our dream is to have a better world, to have a better, more transparent business accounting, make it simply easier for people to transact, and at the same time avoid fraud and consumer exploitation through high fees. So then you basically, I think you get the idea what we are up to. I'll just dive into like 3-4 more slides just to give you a full download of what we are doing and how do we approach our project. And we like to call the strategy, based on 3 main pillars. We call it transparent strategy execution. And what do we mean by this? So I started my career as a vehicle test driver. I was driving cars. So just testing and spend lots of time on a racetrack. And I find that running a successful project is very much like racing on a racetrack. So the first point is to have transparency. And this is where you understand, okay, do I have fuel? What is the temperature of the oil? Is it raining outside? Is it sunny? How much humidity? What's the pressure of the tires? What's the temperature? Are my brakes working? You need to understand where you stand. This stands for the transparency part in any business. You want to understand where you stand today, where you are. Second portion, the strategy. This is where you decide in the racetrack, where do I turn left or turn right? How do I take this apex? Do I step on the brakes? Do I step on the gas? This is the strategic part. Same in business. You need to know when you step on the gas, when you step on the brakes, when you make what decision to go to the left, decision to go to right. And the final part, in any racetrack, it's not important if you just were racing. It's actually important if you actually won, in what place you took. And this is where we are trying to measure the execution in any business. We want to make sure that what we are executing, actually what we're targeting, we're actually reaching our targets. So how this translates to Spume, the transparent portion, what is the temperature of our tires, temperature of oil, and so on. It's basically understanding where we stand today. So today we stand there that we have approximately 29 businesses already onboarded throughout the US and Middle and South America, and we're pushing forward. We have roughly 40,000 followers on Twitter. We have a great Telegram community, and we have a system where we are basically rewarding our Spume stake token holders, so people who believe in Spume, buy Spume, and basically put it in our staking pool. They get distributed rewards, and we have distributed so far. I think number is changed. I think we are now already at 30 with that we have distributed. So this is the transparency part. The strategy part. This is pointing more how we're gonna run forward. So you see that we actually had like 29 cities that we're just like trying and poking and seeing what's the best city to attack and to push forward first. But our overall strategy is basically to start and focus on one city first, let's say Portland, and make sure that we drive as many businesses on the blockchain there as possible. And we believe as step 2 is that we probably will reach a break even where we know that this city is sustainable, that we can move to the next city when we have onboarded approximately 2,000 businesses, which in a city like Portland is say 5 to 10% of all businesses that are in a city. And we believe that our hit rate will be probably higher than this. So this is where we go to one city, Portland, then we scale up to multiple cities. Then we go from 1 to 2. Once we onboard the additional 2, then we go to 3, and so on. And we have a clear plan how we execute this for the upcoming 5 years. Then comes the execution part. We have a clear, detailed overview of how do we onboard businesses, how do we basically track the KPIs of one city, and how do we basically cookie cut the same approach to other city. And we have a clear plan for the upcoming 5 years with all of our revenue streams, all of our expenses, everything, how the project will move forward. I think I probably have only this one slide left, and I really have then downloaded probably the complete idea to you guys. It's we're gonna keep on building. Basically, we will keep on building. We will keep on pushing. We have a clear vision what we want to do, and we're gonna make sure that we go towards this target, onboard as many businesses as possible to the blockchain, because we personally see benefit. Not for us, but we see benefit in bringing businesses on blockchain to enable cheaper transactions among merchants and customers. So we target to onboard, say, more than 10,000 businesses, have more than 50,000 Spume card holders. That will be basically let me show you a simple something like this, where you're gonna have like your either a physical card or a digital card, where you're going to basically use in those shops that we have onboarded to deploy your crypto and buy the products you're looking for. And yeah, for sure, we expect that we're gonna have onboarded so many businesses and actually pushing for a big transactional volume in the next couple of years. So I would say this was a very brief summary, although I've been talking for the last 20 minutes of what we want to do, but I hope I was able to, I hope the spark that we are trying to light has, jumped over, and you understand what our vision behind it is. If you have any questions, please let me know.
Yeah, that was a great presentation. Thank you so much. Yeah, guys, start getting your questions ready. Ask them in the chat, tag me, and I'll start asking them. But before we get to the community questions, I do have a couple questions myself.
Sure.
So I'm sure you just made a lot of people very interested in investing in your project. Can you go over the tokenomics a little bit more for the community?
Let me just see. I think I believe I have them here. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, no problem. And then, guys, while we wait, go ahead and start getting your questions ready and start tagging me in them.
Okay. I think this should be it. Okay, so I hope you can see my screen.
Yeah, we can.
This is, I would say, perfect. Thank you. So basically, what I'm showing here is also on our internet page, so you can check out the tokenomics there. But basically, you more or less see how we're split. So let's start first on the left side. Spume token, we have 100 million Spume tokens. That's it. There will be never more. It's a fixed supply. We're not going to go up or down. This is it's 100 million Spume tokens that we have. Just, I'm sorry, I'm being. We are a fixed supply 100 million, and the split of what we have done is like following. We have the DAO and treasury. We have the two team tokens. So these two are basically tokens that, so basically 45, 30 plus 15% are two portions that will never leave the staking pool. So they're staked forever. So this is something that is staked, and we will not change this. So this is fixed. Everything else you can basically understand. We have public sale, we have private sale. We have tokens for marketing, for strategic partnerships, liquidity on exchanges. So this is how our tokenomics work. At the moment, we're listed in a couple of centralized exchanges. We're listed on a couple of decentralized exchanges, and it's, I think, if you go to our webpage, you can easily try if you want to if you're into. Again, I'm not going to push for any direction. Everyone needs to do their own research, but if you do your research, if you want to figure out more about Spume, you can always go to our spume.io webpage, where you have plenty of details in addition to what I just explained.
Ah, perfect. And yeah, the breakdown makes total sense. And I actually like a steady supply. I don't like the up and downs. It creates other problems. I mean, it depends on your ecosystem, I guess. But in this kind of
Sure.
thing, I do like the steady supply count. It makes the most sense.
Yeah. Thank you.
Just one quick question. Is there any buy or sell tax on the token?
No. Okay. Now you're asking a question that no, I don't think so. I don't know if we have Justin maybe in the meeting here. No, I don't think that we have. I'm gonna go back, but I don't know.
Okay, that's no problem. I mean, that's easy verified on Etherscan as well.
Oh yeah,
So,
there's Justin. Yeah, there we have Justin. Maybe you can allow Justin to speak to this.
uh,
Justin from Alta Boost.
oh, yep, I see him raising his hand. We'll get him on.
Hey guys,
Hey, how's it going, Justin?
not bad. Yeah, we did. We work with Spume on that. So because we are traded on exchanges, there's no transfer tax, no taxes on the exchanges. So you're all good there. We were on five, but um, with Hotbit closing down, obviously we're no longer on five. We're on four. But we're still Mexi and the rest of them as well. So they're all up and running, and that's where most of the trading happens. In the future, Spoon's planning on adding more LP to Uniswap, but for now, it's all just central exchange trading.
Perfect.
Hope that answers the question.
Yeah, it did. Thank you so much. And then,
No problem.
so now we'll go ahead and move on to the community questions. Thank you so much for answering my questions. Does Spum have any lineup for NFT sale on the Sparm marketplace, or do we expect any NFT sales in the future?
So Spume started. We actually do have a NFT marketplace, but we reevaluated the focus of the company based on the market conditions, and we moved away from having our main focus in an NFT marketplace to having a main focus on bringing businesses on board. For the moment, we do not have. It is not our target to come out with a Spume NFT line now in the short term, because we want to keep the focus on bringing businesses on board. I hope this answers your question.
Yeah, and that makes sense. The more businesses you bring on, the bigger your project will grow, and then you can venture off into other lines of capital from there.
Exactly.
Um, the next question: what makes Sperm different from other existing projects?
Spume. Well, first of all, I think I would say I believe that first of all we have a good idea. I'm not saying great. I think it's great, but it's for others to judge. I think we're touching a point which is a pain point for many. Some of us see it, some of us have felt it, some of us are not even aware that we are being taxed from the intermediaries in such a big amount. For some of you guys that are coming maybe from over the ocean, I know how expensive it is to transfer money and buy. Again, I have a family in Germany and in Macedonia. Transferring money, buying anything there, it's incredible how big the taxation is. We want to make this simple and cheap and easy. So that's first. So I think the idea is, in my opinion, great. Second thing is, you saw our team lineup. I really believe that we have a very good combination of young but experienced entrepreneurs that already have been involved in in very, in many different crypto and different type of startups with good experience. And on the other side, we have the gray hairs, that maybe have like seen also a little bit, that can remember a little bit longer in the background, and this combination of, let's say, very flexible, energetic, fresh, and knowledgeable crypto team, combined with the, I would say, a more steady, experienced, and experienced from the industry, coming together, combines for, I would say, a relatively unique team setup. Typically, you might have a team that is very fresh, great ideas, but it's maybe not so experienced, or you have, I'd say, the old guys that are just like too slow and stuck in their tracks. So that's why I think our team combination is something that is, I would say, quite unique.
Yeah.
So combining, a good team can, like, if you have a great idea but a bad team, it's going to burn to the ground. If you have a good idea and a great team that can execute, it's going to be perfect. So I think I would say these are the two main pillars: great company, idea, and team.
That's a fantastic answer, and it leads into his second part of the question. How much money have the team invested from their own capital? Lately, most projects are supported by the income from the sales of tokens and NFTs, and their developers do not contribute significantly from their capital. By not doing so, is showing that they have no faith in their project and only carries out project after project to benefit without getting involved.
So I will not disclose how much we have done this, but I will tell you this: we have, of course, because everything is on the chain, on the blockchain. You can see the different wallets that have invested in the Spume token. Yeah, it's clear. You see how much people have invested, which is great. I can tell you this, that there are multitudes, and I mean, I'm like, it's multiple excess, uh, how much we have invested compared to the biggest investors that we have had. So it's not even a comparison. I will not, please don't push me for numbers, but it's 10x's, 20x's compared to what we have seen investors doing, like the biggest investors. So the big whales in our project are, much, much smaller compared to what we have put, not in buying tokens, but just making, like, putting our own money to start this, to get this going. So this, I think, shows our commitment to the team. And I'll tell you myself, I come from the car industry, guys. I left my job to work on this. So I mean, there's I don't know, Justin, if you wanted to say something.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, like, yeah, not gonna obviously disclose exact figures, but it's a lot. But the team has put in their own capital, not to mention a ton of time into it. The success for them is the long run. That's where they're gonna make their money. So, the more they expand out the business and the ecosystem, the more percentage of the revenue get in. So maybe they're only getting 0.5%. So, right now, obviously, they're just putting everything, everything, everything into the project. They're not making money now, but it's a long-term plan. It's a long-term goal. So, for them, you like to call it, chip committed. They're in it, right? So for them, they have to put all their energy, their time in it to it, and their own money too. You got to dig into your own pocket. It's a business,
Yeah,
especially in the tech sector.
yeah, and that leads into this other community member's question. is the team financially able to carry this project out? And how do you guys project going to generate revenue for the project and users?
Okay, so let's see if I have. So basically, this relates more to this. Or Justin, you want to say anything?
No,
No?
it's okay. I was going to answer now, but now I'd have to hear the question again for what my answer was going to be.
Okay, no problem. So maybe I'll start and you can add whatever you feel comfortable with. So basically, guys, what we're trying to push, we are always looking for new investors for sure to support us and accelerate everything. But what we are trying to push for is this clear the clear overview of what I'm showing here. So basically, we're gonna push in one city first and then cater to other cities. The question is how we're going to make money out of this. So the idea behind it is that you get, as we just explained, from going from fiat and back to crypto, and then back to fiat, and then back to the credit card, and you basically get asked 10 to 15% on all your crypto, which is terrible. And the idea is that we would like to 10x lower this, so we will still see where we finalize the percentages, but it's going to be more in the around 0.5 1%, maybe 1.5, somewhere in that range is going to be the fee that we will basically take in order to enable these transactions. So again, coming from crypto to fiat to credit card, which is the flow would be again 10 to 15%. We're going to lower down this to, I would say, roughly around 1%. So this 1% is going to be one of the revenue generator. We're going to have also other revenue generators. An example, the more we scale, as I said, we're going to start in a limited amount of tokens that we can offer to our customers and merchants. Let's say a portfolio of 10 that are most popular. But then as we progress, as we scale up, and we have more businesses, we will onboard new tokens. And this onboarding of new tokens will as well be a revenue stream, because with us onboarding a token that doesn't have other utility, basically we're going to give any token that wants to use our merchant system utility, which is going to raise the value of the token holders. And this is something that we will ask for return. Basically, you want to get onboarded, then we will ask for a fee, and all of this revenue is basically then going to be distributed to the token holders based on what share they have in the company.
Yeah, because Spume's already given out, I forget how much ETH now already. But yeah, the onboarding fees go to the holders. It's that percentage they make. And the thing with payment systems, and why we're going to see crypto payment systems so popular in the future, why it's gonna, why it's like inevitable, is because of strictly the fees. If you're a merchant, whether you own you know, uh, if you own Home Depot, like whether you own a little mom and pop shop, if you're accepting Visa, Amex, MasterCard, you're paying anywhere from like 2.5% to 3.8% on every transaction. You're losing that money. So say now you're, say a nightclub and you're doing $1 million a month. The difference between you having to do transactional fees of, 0.5% versus 5% is huge. It adds up real fast. And then look at the yearly, look at the 5 year. So, it's a no-brainer for merchants that, crypto is going to be evolving, and it's these better, well-funded, bigger businesses that, there's going to be always competition in the space. Let's, face it, but it's going to be these bigger, well-funded, great teams behind them that can execute, that are experienced in the different aspects of their field. Those are the ones that are going to be successful in the long run. Just my 2 cents. I'm an investor and do community management, but it's just my 2 cents.
Well, thank you, Justin.
Thank you.
And so, kind of going into I hope the last finance question. This one is interesting to me, at least. Do you have any investors that are not from the crypto world, more, just everyday like investors out there?
I was one of them. So basically, I come from the automotive world. I come basically, of course, I've studied crypto and trying to understand what is in the background for the last 2 years. But basically, guys, I'm coming from outside of crypto. I saw a problem that there is out there, with the fiat restrictions, the 3 points that I pointed out. I've seen this from the outside. I personally invested in this company because I see value in it. So I'm basically I was the outsider, and I'm sure we have also similar people who are like this. Again, I'm not going to disclose who has invested in detail, but I'm one example of people who have invested their own private capital that have earned otherwise not in crypto but somewhere else, and put their money in.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I always like to see new people coming into the crypto world. So that's great news. The
I
next,
think.
yeah, you're welcome. The next question, what marketing strategy have you been implementing to this project, and what positive effect has it have on the project so far?
Okay, so I would say we have tried different things. Yeah, so we have. I'm going to start with something that is in the pipeline and end with something that where I would maybe give Justin a call out to elaborate a little bit more. So let's start with what is in the pipeline. What is our big umbrella of going all out or all in? It's we have partnered up with Tonsma. This is a well-known marketing agency where we have partnered up, and they are well known for marketing businesses and trying to get as much outreach as possible. And with them, we are basically trying to navigate the market, how it performs at the moment, and not only Spume, but really how the market is around us. Because with marketing, it's really important that we are more or less in the right time of the general market. If we're seeing a bear market like we had it for the last I don't know how many months now, it's very difficult to get very big outreach using a marketing agency, basically burn money. And as we are a fresh project, relatively new, we really cannot put all of our money now in and push Tonsma as strongly as possible to run for it. So we are expecting that, again, this is our personal take on the market. Everyone should do their own research. I personally believe that the general macroeconomic situation is going to be a little bit unstable, maybe a little bit more down, maybe around here where we are for the next, I would say, 3 months, maybe 4 months, 5 months, somewhere there. It's going to be either slowly going down, or we're not going to be in the true bull market, I would say. That's my personal take. We're going to observe, and the moment we are certain that we're not going to burn our money because we're at the wrong stage of the market, then we're going to go all out and engage this company I just mentioned. But beyond this, we have many different community events that we are organizing, where we are trying to engage with the community. We're trying to, well, first of all, we have like biweekly newsletters. We have biweekly AMAs or town halls, what we're doing. So if the community is all the time up to speed, they understand what's going on. We really communicate transparently and openly as possible of what we are doing, what's our strategy, where we are today, what are problems, so that everyone feels they're part of they're on the same boat. That we're all flowing together through this market. And maybe at this point, I will invite Justin to maybe give a couple of hints what we just rolled out. And this is something where Justin and the team have done a great job on pushing forward. But I think also it's more engaging the community. So Justin, please. At least I cannot hear Justin. I don't know if.
Oh, sorry, my mic was off. Um,
Perfect.
no, I think you hit it on the head with with the new marketing firm and stuff like that, it's going to be planned strategically. Like SEO marketing is going to be huge for Spume. So, that's going to definitely be a big focus coming up. And then, pushing at the right times, like he mentioned. As for community events, we're always, trying to engage as much with the community, get as much feedback as we can from the community. So we're started registration this week on Monday that'll run for 2 weeks for just a community competition. So Spume has a music studio lab that's in beta testing right now. That's up free to use for everybody. So we're going to run a month-long competition for that. For whoever the top people make the best songs and everything like that. We'll play them, we'll showcase them, promote it across Twitter to get more attention to the beta and get feedback from the users and the target audience from it. We're also going to run a Zly competition with that as well too. So we'll create a ton of engagement, try to boost our engagement anyway. Um, through various Discord challenges, Twitter challenges, and if you know what Crew 3 is or Zly, then you know how they run their quests that you have to complete. And then in the meantime, every week we're gonna have a fun community game where everybody can just come, relax, listen to some music, have some fun with some silly games, or we're out trivia night and stuff like that. So just to come hang out if you want to play, and of course there's always prizes to be won. So make sure to join the TG, check it out. Registration's open,
Oh, that's
and the
great.
music studio is so much fun to play with.
Yeah.
That's great. I always love hearing when projects love getting their community involved in different, activities. So, and that's one I've never heard before. Make a song. So that's great. Definitely
Yeah.
check it out,
Yep.
guys.
You
They
should
made
try.
the music studio is pretty, like, it's really good. Like, it's fun to play with. There's tons of beats already, like pre-recorded drum beats, guitars, pianos, everything. You just start dropping in your different sections of layers of tracks and overplaying them and turning them down, add vocals. Like, yeah, it's fun to play with.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is something that we again want to solve a problem. To have this kind of music studio, what we are just now giving out basically for free, it's very costly. So what we are trying to do is bridge this gap and help people out and somehow enable this for everyone. So this is currently a web-based version that we have. What Justin mentioned, it's great. So just if you want to participate in our what Justin pointed out, just join our Telegram, Twitter, and you can see the community games that we're having there. But even if you're not, just try it out. Just try out the music studio and have fun with it. It's great.
Yeah, we're giving away $1,000, so
oh wow.
Yeah.
it's worth your time if you got nothing else to
Oh,
do.
Definitely check out their Telegram, guys. Not financial
uh,
advice. Do your own research. Well, we're running low on time, so I want to get to the next question. Uh, do you guys have an audit certificate? And if not, do you plan to get one?
we have an audit certificate. I believe it's also on our webpage, and you can check it out. I think we have it there already posted.
Yeah, all the contracts have been audited.
Yeah.
Ah, perfect.
No
Is it
playing around
Certic
there.
or any? Do you have multiple ones, or
Uh,
is it just through one of the companies?
I think we have multiple ones. I have to check. I think it was Certic, and I think it wasn't Interfly. What was the other one?
Yeah, we definitely have
Sorry,
done.
we've been out for so long.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
no problem. I apologize too because I got caught trying to form a question out of one of the community
No,
members' response for the next one. But yeah, so that's great.
no problem.
I mean, you guys have the
Yeah.
certs posted on your guys' website, right? They can go check it out there.
Yeah, Spume.io. Everything's up there.
No.
Where is Spume audit? I
Yeah.
think it's Certic. I think I'm pretty sure we did Certic.
No, okay. While you look at that, because we're down to the last 10 minutes,
Yeah,
this community
I
member
actually have
had
to
a
take
lot.
off a little bit earlier. I'm very sorry. I will have to take off maybe in the next 3 minutes. So
Oh,
if we can maybe, I'm very sorry because of a follow up, but maybe we can.
I can
yeah,
finish up the last couple of minutes for you, Oliver. It's no problem.
That will be great.
okay, perfect. Thank you, Justin. Uh, so what role does the token play in your ecosystem, and what are the benefits of the long-term hold?
Perfect. Great question. Maybe I'll answer this one, and then maybe I would leave Justin because he's great, extremely knowledgeable on the topics. He knows Spume inside and out. So I'll start first pointing out again to this. What you're seeing here are growth for the next 5 years. So the what role does it play? Well, the role that it plays is basically that you as a token holder are basically a shareholder in a company. And the company is called Spume.io. So whatever revenue we have, if you stake your token, you get portion of the revenue. And what we are trying to do, just imagine buying Amazon when the stock was a couple of cents or dollars. This is how we want to relate. It just you guys are the beginning, and the tokens that you stake currently, with 29 shops, the revenue that we are having today, it's limited. Although we're able to give back to the community 30 wheat so far. But just imagine as we progress, if we have this timeline and a clear strategy for the upcoming years. So our revenue, we believe, is going to grow exponentially, and your portion, if you buy the tokens, as our tokens is the tokenomics is not going to change. Basically, we have only 100 million tokens. It's not going to get diluted because we're going to add more tokens. So as a token holder, you basically keep the percentage of the tokens of the complete company that you basically own today, and in 5 years it's not gonna change because the, the supply is fixed. So it means that also the portion of the revenue that you will basically be able to participate in, it will not change. Small portion of small revenue, small portion of big revenue, you do the math. So I would say that's the background, how we want to incentivize people who have been, let's say, long-term holders with us, to try to think about the vision that we're trying to convey and how this is going to play out in the future, and why does it make sense then to hold the tokens.
Yeah, that's
I
great.
hope
And
this answers,
oh,
I hope this answered the question.
yeah, for me it does. If the member doesn't, if the member has more questions, please jump in their Telegram. I'm sure they'll be more than happy to follow up with you.
Yeah. So from my side first, because I'm very sorry, I need to take off now. I first of all want to thank you guys for inviting us here to be part of this call. I really believe that you have a great community, and having this kind of open discussions, it's great. And I think that is why we also wanted to be part of your AMA. And we for sure, we have a $25 giveaway that you guys can maybe share after I'm out. But first of all, I wanted to big thank you to you guys. Secondly, I want to thank everyone, all the participants who are here. This is no financial advice. You do whatever you want, but I wanna thank you really genuinely for spending the last 55 minutes with us and listening to the strategy to a project that you maybe is very new to you, and giving us a chance to maybe give you a idea that might be interesting for you. So I want to really, really thank you all. Wish you a wonderful rest of the day, and let's keep on building, the future together.
Thank you for
That would be
joining
from
us, Oliver, and telling us all about this great project. It was a fantastic time, and I hope you come back and give us updates in the future. It's a very exciting project, and of course, it's not financial advice. Everyone do your own research, and
yeah.
thank you again.
Thank you very much, Justin. Thank you very much for taking off from here, from taking it over from here. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Bye bye.
You're welcome, and thank you. Have a good day.
Bye bye.
I want my Spume shirt.
Yeah.
I feel that's fair. He gets to answer questions, get a shirt.
All right, have a good one, Oliver.
All right. Well, thank you, Justin, for sticking with us and taking
No
these
problem.
last few questions. We
I
really
don't know
appreciate
if
it.
I can drop links in your lounge, but I can drop the link to the audits. So it was InterFi and Watchtower.
Okay. I don't know if we have a link blocker, to be honest. I don't handle that. If go ahead and
I don't want
try.
to get kicked.
Oh, yeah,
Here, I'll
it
just
might
send it to
kick
you
you.
because you can't get kicked.
Yeah, do that.
All right, I'm gonna just DM it to you. So
Perfect. Thank you.
this is a work account, so I can't get kicked from places.
Oh, yeah, we don't want that. Uh,
But yeah,
Telegram
all the
does all the.
contracts have been audited. Yeah, geez, Telegram's a nightmare. Getting out of jail's a nightmare.
Yeah, it is.
Um, but yeah, all their contracts and everything's been audited. Like all that back end work is done. The devs behind the scenes are great. They do have a huge team behind them. It was a rough launch, with the central exchanges undercutting them. So, it was a while to find a good solid floor, but they're bouncing off that floor up and down nicely. Central exchange trading, like volume between $1 to $3 million daily. It's banging around now. It's just keep building out that ecosystem for it to pump like next bull run. Like sheesh.
Yeah.
And again, not financial advice, guys. I am a paid employee for Spume, or our company is anyway.
Oh, and what is your company? And what role
Ultra
does
Boost
it play
Solutions.
in sperm?
We do community management. We do a little bit of advisement for them. Um, Mostly event stuff. We don't play too much on their back end. They have a full team built out already. So they don't really need our developers and stuff like that. Some of our graphic designers do work for them, things like that. But for the most part, they got a solid team built out. They just brought on another new team member too, who I'd like to get to meet too, because he's got crazy experience in the crypto space as well.
Oh,
And I do really think that the future of crypto is going to be payment companies, and there's a few out there, that's for sure. But there's always room for competition in the space. I just think it's going to be such an evolving market that I think they're on point to pivot, away from the NFT marketplace, putting all their attention there and focus on the more on the crypto payment side.
yeah, that's more uses we can use crypto, the better it is for the space. So I got another question from the community member. I'm going to try and condense it. Uh, there's a lot of projects that disappear over the years because different for different reasons. But how will Sperm avoid the same fate? How will you guys keep the confident in the spum community won't disappear?
Spoom,
Spoon,
spoom,
sorry about
spoom. You
that.
keep sounding like you keep saying sperm. You
Yeah,
made.
I'm
I
trying
saw
not
Oliver
to.
laugh. You're not the only one that's done it.
I keep fighting it. That's why it's so hard for me to say.
I saw Oliver laughing too. It's hard to get him to giggle at things like that. Um, but sorry. Okay, now that you made me giggle, I forgot what the question was.
Um, how will you keep investors confident that the project won't be disappeared from a year from now?
Well, it's really volume, right? If you look at any project, if volume dries up, project's dead in the water, right? So it's constantly keeping that volume and then building out that ecosystem. You got to keep bringing new to the table, keep building, keep building, keep building, right? And so, that's what they're doing. And I like how they're focused on, the Portland, Oregon area, specifically to get everything worked out before they spread. right? And then there's also, the possibility of working with point of sale systems and, making contracts with them so you can spread faster. But until you have proof of work done and you're happy with it, then you can't, go too crazy. Build too fast, you fall harder. So again, it's maintaining volume and onboarding more and more businesses. And then again, there's still a lot more to the ecosystem. Like Spume's Labs is something they've been hinting at that, like, I can't say what it is, else I get probably fired. But that's about to be announced coming up shortly too, as well, which is another addition to the ecosystem.
Oh, that's great.
So so stay tuned for that one.
Yeah.
We could have tried to trick Oliver into telling us what it was, because I honestly don't know all the details yet either.
No, well,
Keep
he's lucky he snuck out of here then. Well, unfortunately,
Well, it's
that is our
okay. Keep it
time.
no, that's okay. If there's no other questions,
Oh, well, there's plenty of
thanks for
questions,
having me on.
unfortunately, but they can jump in your Telegram and ask away.
Yeah, of course.
Yep. So thank you again, Justin, for joining us and covering the last few minutes for Oliver. It's a great sounded project. It's a project that will really help build the crypto community up and bring outsiders into the space, which we need at this point. So it's great to have you guys here. I hope we get to have you guys back. And thank you, community, for joining us and bringing the fantastic questions you guys had today.
Yeah, it was great. Thanks for having Spume in here, and then I'll tell them to pop back once Spume Labs is out and give you guys an update.
That would be great. Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day.